All right, let's get into some more Monday Rundown news. We'll talk about what's been going on in the Diddy trial, man. Week one's concluded. A lot of stuff has been discussed throughout this week. A lot of information was released. Cassie was on the stand. A few other people came on the stand and talked about what was going on. The prosecution stated their case. The defense kind of started out talking about what the route they were going to take, things of that nature. Some of the high points that people, not high points, but some of the high level topics that were discussed and talked about that a lot of people were talking about was how Cassie revealed that Diddy was addicted to opioid drugs. That she talked about how Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Some other stuff that they talked about was about people wondering how much Cassie got paid from that original lawsuit that they had. It was $20 million they settled on from that original lawsuit that we talked about on the pod. I think it was a year ago when everything first came out, and we were debating on, is he going to settle? Did he do it? Whatever it may be. So that came out to fruition. Then we got more information about just some of the text messages, the conversations between Diddy and Cassie, what she agreed to, what she didn't agree to. They kind of gave a timeline of different things that happened that led up from the moment she kind of got into a relationship with Diddy. Talked about certain things that happened with her now husband. And stuff of that nature. So just all the stuff that's been coming out that you guys read, that you guys just heard throughout socials, just from reading some of the reports. What was your guys' initial thoughts of week one, from just the freak offs, all that stuff?
I mean, or I could be wrong because I skimmed through some stuff. It seems like she wanted to indulge in some of these freak offs. No?
Yeah, I mean, some in the beginning for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm not. That's 100% true. They said that in the beginning, she was she wanted to do, she wanted to participate, all that type of stuff. But what else? What were you about to say?
Nah, I'm just saying. So it's just so what? So what was the settlement for again? What did they settle? For what? Sexual abuse?
Let me
or
read
abuse?
it. I'll read what it says.
Because it's
it says, Cassie reveals how much Diddy paid to settle 2023 lawsuit. It said months after Combs' team first alluded to a substantial 8-figure settlement in 2023 for a lawsuit. Ventura Fine revealed on the stand that she had been paid $20 million by the record executives companies. And it says the revelation came as she delved into years of following her and Combs' 2018 breakup. I think it was for sexual abuse.
I mean, it's the fact that she's...
Yeah, it says it's sexually, alleging that he had sexually assaulted and physically abused her.
Damn. It's like I said, it goes back to that one conversation we had a while ago. Where was that fine line? What was the...
The video was, I think the video was that fine line.
But him beating her. I mean, no, the domestic violence, him beating him, hell yeah, that's fucked up.
No, that's what this lawsuit was for. That was for that. Right. It was for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was for that. He's on trial for sex trafficking. He's on trial for,
kicked it.
You're good. He's on file for sex trafficking right now. Not for the sexual abuse or whatever.
Oh, he's on trial for sex. I mean, he's having sex parties, bro.
This is what's it called? This is more so to build the story of the case around who Diddy is as a person. So her being on the stand is about what's the oh my god about?
Because it's he's on trial for sex trafficking, but it's okay, he's a famous guy with a lot of money that has parties, and that so happens turns into gangster parties.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean,
don't think so?
Nah, because based on what all the stuff's been said on the stand so far, and what's been divulged in the information is that he was literally paying for escorts, all that type of stuff.
Okay, he's allowed to do that.
That's sex trafficking.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So you're saying, wait. So when a person goes into the strip club, pays for a dance, and sometimes gets whatever they get behind the back of the stage, is that sex trafficking?
I mean,
because you're soliciting their body for sex.
You would know better than me. He knows the law better than me.
Wait, that's sex trafficking type shit?
Yeah, that's sex trafficking. You can't shit.
You can't go into a strip club and pay for a dance or whatever.
You can pay for a dance, but when it crosses the line when you're paying for sex, you can't pay for sex. That shit's illegal, dog.
I mean, I'm saying what I'm saying is somebody tipping somebody for their services.
Tipping?
What do you mean?
You can't tip somebody for their services?
For
dancing,
for
yes.
dancing, yes. But
Okay.
but if they start going over the line of like doing like sexual activity, whether that's
What's seen as sexual activity? A dance could be seen as sexual activity.
No, he's talking about like
no,
fucking having
I'm
sex.
saying like having
Yeah.
sex, like going ahead and putting one thing into another, like any of that stuff that you can't do that, bro.
No, I'm saying if you say a person can't tip somebody for their services.
No.
Why?
But I'm saying like when you say tip somebody for their services, what are you insinuating? Like, are you saying just for the dance, or are you saying more than that? Like,
I'm just tipping you for my services.
What's the service though? That's what we're asking. What's the
It
service?
could be a dance. They could do more. I'm just tipping you for my service. If they're doing more and I didn't ask for more for like sex and all that. If they do that, can I still be seen as
Yeah, you can
sex
still be looked at as
how?
based off everything you just explained. You can't give you can't solicit. You can't give somebody. You can't give somebody money for those types of actions. Like dancing is one thing, but like he said, once
That's on them. I'm saying if whoever it is dancing on you and they go to extent to do more, that's on them. How am I sex trafficking?
So the way to get out of that would be like if you was at the strip club and you paid for the dances. All right, cool. Now say like y'all leave the strip club and y'all go ahead and do other things. Now that's outside the realm of you paying for services.
See, that's more of a trafficking at that point.
No, that's you basically having. That's like you and her having a good time after the dance. Like and that's why with this whole entire situation that's going on, it's just like you're paying for escorts, which is like it's already put in a. Is
he paying for escorts to come to his place to have fun, or you know what I'm saying?
Probably a mixture of both.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like fun and to like whoever is coming to his establishment, to his parties.
Yeah.
You know, it's like going ahead like, yo, go ahead and like spend a night with this bull.
Oh yeah, come to we're having a party. Everybody did it.
You know
I mean,
that's sex trafficking. Can't do that shit.
It becomes a gray area the more you think about it, bro. My eyes.
How so?
Because it's like he's bringing whomever over to have fun, and it so happens to have sex after.
Say that again.
I'm saying he's bringing people over to have fun, and it so happens to leads into sex.
So it says legal definition: sex trafficking involves recruiting, harboring, transferring, providing, obtaining, patronizing, or soliciting a person for the purpose of a commercial sex act, using coercion, fraud, to make someone engage in a commercial act, or causing a minor to engage in a commercial sex act, regardless of coercion. It says in the Diddy context, allegations that might fall under this include transporting women across state lines or flying them to different cities for sexual purposes tied to business or entertainment ventures, using threats, drugs, money, or manipulation to pressure women into sexual acts, especially for the benefit of himself or his associated, orchestrating situations where women were allegedly filmed or exposed during coerced sexual activities, possibly for leverage or blackmail. Victim claims that they were groomed, forced, or trapped into sexual situations in exchange for money, career opportunities, or under the threat of harm. So all those stuff fall under to like sex trafficking.
I mean, how did you? I mean, just me just ask questions. How would they be seeing he's like coercing people if they're free willingly doing it?
I mean, when it comes to if you just use the Cassie example, they were saying just because of like he was holding her career over because he owned all her stuff and stuff like that. Say, oh, I won't do this and this unless you do this. So that's like holding or manipulating somebody into doing stuff because of the repercussions that may happen if they don't. That's how they're.
Was this before her like agreeing to doing all this like freaky stuff?
What you mean? What do you mean?
Like, didn't she? I mean, is it a fact that she wanted to do all this freak off shit?
Yeah, you can, but like as I've talked before, you can agree to something like and do it, and then there could be a point in time where you're like, all right, I don't want to do this anymore, and you're still being forced to do it. So it's like all this stuff happened all in the same timeline. So it's like there's a point in time based on what I read that she did want to engage in all of this, but then like there's a point in time where she didn't want to do anymore, but he was in that sense holding it over her head.
What,
like,
with the career?
With your career, money, and all that type of
okay,
stuff.
you don't have to go to him, bro. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like,
what you mean?
Like, okay, you're holding my career. Like, okay, like, I mean, has she really made a lot of hits?
I mean, at the time she had a hit. She dropped the album, all that type of stuff, and then after that, nobody heard any more music from her.
Is okay? I mean, you could do something about it. You don't have to stay around Diddy. You don't. As a person, you're not obligated to stay right here next to, like, I'm not obligated to sit right here. Like, you could just leave, bro. No bullshit. Am I wrong or am I right?
I mean, I feel like in certain situations you can't just leave. In other situations, it's not as easy as you make it seem.
Why can't she leave?
I mean, there's probably a bunch of other situations that probably come out when it comes to like the conversation, all that. When it comes to just like, just the environment, all of that they explain, like from her getting punched on, her getting beat on, all that type of stuff. That
why would you want to stay?
It's not about wanting to
It's
stay.
not about wanting to stay. It's the fear of what could happen.
If I'm
next.
fearing for my life, I'm getting out of the situation.
You say that.
I mean,
now,
but that's
not,
for you.
That's for you.
That should
bro.
be for anybody, bro.
But that's not. It's not.
like,
Easy
it's
as
not
you-
that
I
simple.
get it, but
I
I'm
gotta
saying
get bail.
if-
It's not as easy as you make it seem.
But
bro.
life, you have choices, bro. You do.
Yeah,
It may sound hard right now, but that's actually the truth, bro. Like she could have left, bro. Like
But
you don't have to stay.
But I'm
Clearly,
saying
there was
if you're in a
perks
situation,
along with that.
if you're in a situation where you're getting punched on, beat on,
Yeah.
you've seen people, whether you get shot at, whatever it is, and you
All right.
and you fear as though like, all right, if I leave, this is gonna happen to me or my family. Those people in those situations may stay in that because they fear what happens if they do try to escape or
Shit.
leave, and then like that's no different than like I guess
Do you
could
believe
say-
in God or
it's-
do you
it's-
believe in
it's-
man?
It's no different than like when
shit.
when women get like say women get abducted for people and they're like put out on sex trafficking or put out on the street, whatever it is, by these people that are quote unquote pimps or whatever, and they're getting beaten, they call it getting broken and all that type of stuff, and they're afraid to do X, Y, and Z because they're afraid of the repercussions,
I get
not
it,
because they
but-
don't want to leave, but because of just the mental state that they're in.
I get it, but you have choices, bro.
I mean, but that's the thing. She made a choice. I mean, that video right there kind of states the choice that she made. That she was trying to leave, get on the elevator, and you got this boy like running down the damn hallway in his towel, whooping her ass. So it's
Shit,
just
I
like she
mean-
made a choice. You know, at a certain point, she said, "Enough is enough."
Hell
So
yeah, I
it's
mean,
just
but
like-
still, I mean, if she got drug back and try again, bro. Like, I mean, real shit. You're shaking your head, but like, if I'm in fear, I'm not gonna keep myself in that same predicament personally.
I mean,
Like,
she
I'm not
eventually
gonna
got out-
keep
she eventually got out of that joint.
and got to check, bro. Like, I mean, clearly got out.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way you making it seems like I'm
She
just gonna
clearly
get
got out.
Yeah, but it took all that for her just to get out. is what I'm
Did
saying.
it though, bro?
It did.
I mean,
obviously.
she could have probably got out a long time ago, bro.
I mean-
Why now?
What you mean?
Why now?
What you mean? Why now?
Why now did she get out now? Like during this time, these times.
She's been out for a while, bro.
I'm
It's not
saying-
just now.
I'm
She's
saying,
been out
like-
for a minute. I mean, like all this, she came to speak up
'Cause
about
all
this
that shit
after
happened a
the
while
stuff
ago.
with like Diddy's wife dying and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Saying, like, it was allegedly, like I said, they're saying he had ties to that, whatever it is. So like, all these stories coming out about that. That's probably all in the same time frame, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, it's from us sitting in these chairs to say like, all right, yeah, you just get out. Like
Nah,
that's one thing. I'm just saying I don't think personally, if you're in that, it's not as easy as we make it seem.
Yeah,
Personally,
I agree with that.
that's just me. Like yeah, in hindsight, like yeah, just get out, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But how many times have we seen
I
people
mean,
that we say get out of certain situations, they don't do it because the mental
It's
state that they're in.
choice. It's their choice. They choose not to get out because clearly there's something that keeps them there, bro. It comes down to choices, bro. No bullshit. There's some shit that
Could be
maybe
holding something over her head. You never know. That's what it comes down to. Say like the blackmailing
you
aspect.
can't
all
be
that.
worried about people having that
that's
leverage
you, but
over
I'm
your
saying
head.
that's
I'm
you.
just saying in general, you shouldn't be worried about people having leverage over your head. You must have did something that's really affected that could really affect you later down the line. But in my eyes, it's like I'm not really worried about nobody's having anything over me because I'm an open book.
Okay.
That's how I see it, and that's how a lot of people should see
So
it.
you don't think he should be on like trial for this stuff or what?
Nah, I think he should be on a definitely trial for the domestic violence and shit like that. 100%. I think that's just foul as fuck. Him literally butchering her.
But I'm saying
in the
for what he's
hallway.
on trial now for like sex trafficking and all the stuff like that they're accusing him. Not to say just for her, but like for the entire
I mean, shit, we gotta see more evidence, bro. Because I mean, it seems like he's the type of guy that likes to have sex parties.
no, for sure. I mean, I'm not down that. Like, I don't think that's
That's what I'm saying,
I don't
like-
think that's in my opinion, I don't think that's the issue. Like, because I mean,
I'm saying, like, in that clearly in that world, like that shit happens a lot, bro.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't think like the fact that he likes to have sex, have freaky shit, whatever it is the issue. I think it's like the other stuff that comes with it is the issue. I think.
Like,
yeah, that right
like-
there is the problem.
what, the domestic violence you saying?
The domestic,
I mean, of course, the domestic violence.
just
No,
everything
yeah,
else that came with
I'm
it.
saying I get the domestic violence part. I'm saying like the sex party shit. I mean, it that seems like a regular thing.
And then, but like, also like filming people without knowing, all that type of stuff comes in with all the allegations that go under like the sex trafficking, like I read.
I mean, that's probably is it actual fact? A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't know. Or, I mean, or
Yeah,
people didn't
yeah,
know?
bro. They recovered the footage. He had hidden cameras all over his joint when this stuff was
I
going on.
mean, shit. I mean, he's a fucking $1 million nigga. He probably has cameras in his home. Like, you really gotta think about that shit, bro.
Bro, but
You really
have-
gotta
but
think
you have
about
to
that shit,
agree-
nigga.
But you have to agree to
You agreed to come to my house, my nigga. When you're on my property, anything can goes. No bullshit.
No, you have to agree to get filmed, bro.
I'm saying it's my
saying no matter- no,
property.
even
if
if
it's
you're-
my property,
No, but
I
even if you're, even
I don't
if
need consent from nobody.
I don't
Cameras
think,
on my crib.
Would you? I mean, when it comes to like inside
the
somebody's
fuck?
house, do you have to have consent to be filmed for? Not take
In
it away
my
from,
crib?
Take it away from sex. I'm just saying it can
Yeah.
filmed in general. Like, not take it out of this.
So it's in the sense of like when you are using that information to kind of blackmail
No,
somebody.
I get
in
what
a
you're saying
sense.
about that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you have information like that, you gotta have consent. Now because you're allowed to have cameras in your home,
Hell
in your
yeah.
premises. It's the fact that once you cross that line of using that film and using that
To your
those
advantage.
videos to your advantage, that's when it becomes an issue in a
Nah,
film.
nah, facts. I
Which
get
is
that part.
the scenario that's happening right now with Diddy. It's like you are trying to blackmail people and use certain things under their will. So like if to basically get a profit or a gain for yourself, and that's where it's like, yeah, you can't be doing that.
So it says yes, you must have consent to legally use or
Mhm.
distribute film or video of a person, especially if the content is sexual in nature.
Yeah.
In the Diddy context, the Diddy case and sex trafficking laws, the lack of consent in filming or distributing sexual content is a major legal issue that could involve multiple crimes. It says consent in the law. The key points: filming without consent in many states is illegal to record someone in a private setting without their knowledge or consent, especially during sexual acts. This can fall under the invasion of privacy, voyeurism, or illegal surveillance laws.
Wait, who did he distribute the videos to?
Huh?
Who did he distribute the videos to?
I don't know. I don't know if it was at the
I'm not
act of
sure.
distribute. I think they were saying that he used it as threats to like blackmail
Yeah,
people,
right.
but you can't do it. It's illegal to do that.
Mhm.
I mean, no, I get that, but I'm saying, like, can you look up? Are you allowed to have cameras in your home?
No, you can. It's
You can.
I just read it. I said filming
Yeah.
without consent. It says in many states it's illegal to record someone in a private setting without their knowledge or consent, especially during sex acts. So you can have cameras, but you have to let people know, yo,
Yeah.
we're doing this, but there's cameras everywhere that are filming you.
And
That's
the
what
fact-
this says.
The key word
Yeah.
also is like the distribution of like that's.
Now, the distribution part I get, but I'm saying, like, I don't think it's illegal to have cameras in your home.
It's not. No,
It's
I
not.
didn't
No,
say it was
yeah,
legal.
yeah.
But you have to let people
Yeah.
know that if all that stuff's going on, you gotta let them. Yo, we're recording. That's what. That's what. That's
Why
what
would
I'm
I have to
saying.
let somebody know?
I don't-
Like when you have, when we have cameras on your garage. Oh, I have a camera right there. I'm at the no.
It said,
fuck
bro,
no.
you're not reading you're not listening to what it's saying. It says when it comes to sexual acts, you have to let somebody know that you're
I
recording.
mean, that's like me having sex in the backyard and I have my camera. I have to tell them I have a camera right there.
Yeah, you have to tell them, yo, you just recorded me having sex. That's what the law says. I'm not. Don't ask me.
I
I'm
ain't
not.
looking.
I'm
I'm
not.
not- I'm
Bro, I
not
literally
looking.
just looked it up. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. I
That's
literally
literally-
searched it. I'm just. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right. That's why I looked it up because I wasn't for sure.
That shit's in
But-
crimes code.
said that's in crimes code?
That's in the crimes code for sure.
But I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, how do you guys foresee this case going, like moving forward?
He's definitely about to get sent.
Do you think he's gonna get? How many years do y'all think he's gonna get? Like, I mean, not years, but like, do you think it's gonna be like something where they're gonna get him on? Because obviously, this is week one, bro. They say the case is the trial is gonna last for about 8 weeks, allegedly.
What is it that he's getting tried for?
It's the sex trafficking.
Just the sex trafficking? Because isn't there more shit? Like,
Let's see. What is Diddy on trial for?
because I'm pretty sure it's with the sex trafficking, that's going to be 12 years right there.
Just for one person, huh?
Just for one.
It says charges against Diddy. It says according to the federal indictment, Combs faces the following charges: racketeering, conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. So
I know the sex trafficking is 12 years. So if he's getting 2 counts of that, that's 24 years right there.
Nah, he ain't gonna do 24. He ain't gonna do like at least like 9.
I mean, well, actually, correction. What state? Because what state
New
is
York,
this?
New York.
Is this New York? So I don't know the years for New York, but if it's the same as Pennsylvania, then yeah, it's gonna be for the 2 counts. It's
I just looked it
24.
up. I'm seeing. I said how many years for each crime in New York. Because they hit him with the. So it says sex trafficking. It's a Class B felony, imprisonment ranging from 5 to 25
5 to,
years.
yeah.
The racketeering, imprisonment from 8.5 to 25 years, and then the other one was imprisonment up to 25 years. So yeah, he's facing up to 75. But we'll see what he gets charged on.
So it's anywhere from like what, minimum 25. I'm assuming probably.
Yeah. So even when it comes to that, like even like the information that came out, like what Rocket was saying in the beginning about saying like everybody thought like, oh, she didn't want any partake in like any of this.
Yeah.
It's like now that everything's comes, we see that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that make y'all feel when it comes to like that conversation?
I mean,
of how the picture was like being painted.
It doesn't make me feel any different, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, because it's like, yeah, you could still have that type of vibe or personality, like you wanted to do that, type of engagement, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the freak offs and you wanted to do like X, Y, and Z. Like that's your business and your business to own. And the reason why I don't feel any different about it is because I know at a certain point in time, she most likely said she didn't want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? And she has every right to go ahead and say that. That's her business, in the sense of, when no is no, that means that I can go ahead and walk away from the situation. It's Diddy's problem where she says no, but you still are trying to implement these ideas, implement these freak offs, and kind of control her life and anything that she does by playing a role where it's just like, I got this on you, so like I'm gonna use this against you if you try to not do it. So like I understand like some people would be like, oh, see, like she wanted to do it, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, she has every right to went ahead and do the shit. It doesn't mean that she was falsifying that this boy is doing wild shit and like crazy, because it's like you got now there's like the videos go ahead and are like surfacing like other things that people are saying are surfacing. So it's just like, it's not like she was out here trying to I guess like withhold information or try to make it seem like she wasn't doing certain things that, it just took I guess it took like a case and like a few hearings to like actually hear what was going on in that situation. So I don't feel any type of different from before and after at all.
I feel you. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, I feel like it definitely changes the perspective of things, bro, because you want to see more what's going on in the case.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's like, in the beginning, yeah, when it comes to like the domestic violence stuff, 100%, Puffy, you definitely in the wrong for that shit. But I'm saying, as far as like her involvement with everything that's going on, she probably has a bigger role in this, believe it or not.
What do you mean?
Like, maybe get escorts, helping to bring escorts, bring people to the house to have sex parties, a bunch of variations. Like, there's going to be more.
I mean, they already talked
like,
about that.
I'm saying you're making it seem like it was just Diddy.
You said I'm making it seem like
no.
that?
I'm saying like the people are making it seem it's just Diddy.
Oh no! In the beginning, that's what I said. That's what I said when the more information came out. Did it like change your view because you're getting more information about like how stuff was organized and all that type of stuff? I mean, it was. I mean, I feel like people that know how the music industry is, like, it wasn't just him doing shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the case between him and her,
that's where I was going.
When it comes to the dynamic between him and her, I mean, I would say like I said, the domestic shit, he needs to get whatever comes from him for that shit. But even when it comes to like the sex shit, I mean, it doesn't change my mind too much. I'm gonna be 100 with you when it comes to that. Like when it comes to the part about like, yeah, even if she wanted to be involved in that, like the point when you don't want to be involved in that and you still like trying to force somebody to do X, Y, Z, that's where it's like, all right. Yeah, for me personally, no, that's how I look at it. Same. But like whatever was happening before that point,
all good, all green to me.
But like I said, it's that point when you say, nah, I don't want to do this no more, whatever it is. But like even when they explained like the information, I mean, there was a point in the case where they said she didn't want to continue to do it because she didn't get to spend time with him after, and then also that, I guess, I don't know, it was almost like she was afraid of like losing her position, or not her position, but her spot or whatever it is. And that's like what I read. That's what I listened to when I was listening to some of the reporters that did like their recaps, like on socials and stuff. The people that are actually sitting in the case. Yeah. They'll come out, they'll make a video, be like, yo, this is what happened. This is what the key points from the case. Heard a couple reporters report that. So that's what shifted my mind a little bit about that. Like, it's like, all right, you did want to be involved in this at some point, whatever it is.
No, I'm saying like, why are you so worried about being in a certain position with Diddy? Why are you worried about that? If you're trying to get out, you're trying to do all this, blah blah blah. Why are you worried about being in that position with this nigga?
We can't blur the timelines though. We can't blur the timelines. That's at the beginning part. That's the beginning part when she was first started doing. That's why I said like we can't like blur the timeline. We have to take the whole timeline in aspect. So it's like there could have been a point where she did want to be involved.
So is your talent?
There could be a point when she did want to be involved and she enjoyed all the stuff that was going on.
Cool.
But
I'm saying cool, but
but when that point stops and it's like, all right, now I'm getting punched on. I'm doing all this stuff. I don't want to be that. It's like, all right. That's where it's like, yo.
Yeah.
Is your talent your sexual ability or is your talent your talent? How did Cassie and Diddy meet off of Cassie's talent, right?
Nah, he met her. They said that when they explained it, because he was dating Ryan Leslie at the time, and he said that they knew each other because whatchamacallit brought her to him because they do music and shit, and then Diddy came on to her because of her looks and kissed her like in the bathroom, and she was weird, felt weird about it and all that type of stuff, and that's how their whole like kind of like relationship like started, and that's what was explained like in the trial and when she was on stand and all that stuff, how they came to be and all that type of stuff. So
she met Diddy by Diddy kissing her and she felt weird.
That's not what I said. I said she. No, that's not what I said. I said she met Diddy through music. She was dating Ryan Leslie.
Yeah, I heard that part.
Yes, and then their relationship came to be after that situation where she was in the. I guess she was in the back. He came on to her and kissed on her and shit like that.
Okay,
that's what. So you saying like, did he want her for her talent or her looks? I don't know.
You said she felt weird about it after he did that.
That's what she said.
So if she felt weird about that whole situation, why are you still indulging in something that you felt weird about?
I mean, you're a 19-year-old girl next to somebody that has money and power.
Bro, we're gonna use that as an excuse. You're a 19-year-old girl with next. Nah,
I'm just putting you. I'm putting you in the mindset. I'm just putting you in the mindset.
Crazy.
I'm just putting you in the mindset.
Wow, I'm seeing a lot of cop outs right now. But
what's the cop out about? You asked,
wow.
Bro. I feel like in that situation, you have the biggest name in the world. Like, no matter what they're out. You see how people react to fucking R. Kelly and shit, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and he did way crazier shit, bro. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to put as like, yeah, we're saying. No, it's not a cop out. I'm just saying, like, what's the cop out though?
Okay, he's famous and rich. Okay, cool. You're making it seem like he's God. He ain't God, nigga. Like
to them, that's God, bro.
So she had choices, bro. She had choices.
Bro, we're playing ignorant to the situation.
I'm not being ignorant, nigga.
But you know how people act around. You know how men and women act around celebrities,
you have a choice to be starstruck, or you have choices to go a different path or do a different thing.
But did she know at that point in time that's how that shit was going to transpire?
Nobody.
And like they said at the beginning, she wasn't really. She was involved in all that type of shit. It wasn't a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. Like up until that point where shit shifted, it's like that's where my eyes shifted. But when you start getting punched on, that's where my mind starts like, all right, bro, like you talk about that line, that's that line.
Yeah.
That's what you said at the beginning, that's that line. I don't think it's a cop out. I was just calling a spade for a spade at that point in time, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I've seen too many people get starstruck to be like, nah, it's a cop out. Just me personally.
Yeah.
But